Alright, we're at the spot. We've got the kayak loaded up and we're pretty much ready to set off. So this is the first time putting in here, but I have actually kayaked down here before. I didn't really catch anything around here, but it does look like it's got a bit of potential. I'm gonna head downstream towards Success Hill. Plan is just pretty much to flick the banks. Just gonna flick using what I currently have tied on. If we don't get any action, I might switch it around. I think most of my success has kind of been at this mid-river area, so hopefully we can get something. The water's very calm here. When I saw all that wind coming out of the house this morning, I thought it was going to be a lot rougher. So pretty grateful that it's not that bad. Oh, I reckon we had a hit just there underneath the kayak. It's not bad, first hit of the day and a couple casts.
Take off.
I've just pulled up to stretch my legs, and this bank here actually looks quite nice to flick from. You can actually walk up and down it a bit, so we'll throw a few casts off this bank and then we'll continue downstream. Snag. Yeah, it's a good snag too. I'm gonna have to hop back on the kayak to get this one out, I think. Ah, come off, mad. Oh, that was a good hit, man. This might be the end of this lure. Yep. I think that was a hit before, but I can't really tell. But I was drifting towards it, so I think it was a hit. If I was drifting away from the lure, I'd say it was a snag. Nice bit of shadow going into sun, bit of structure. Come on. Alright, it's 8:40 now, so we've been on the water for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I think we might have had a hit or two, but that's about it. Oh, that was definitely a hit. We're just about to hit 3 hours on the water. Hit the water at about 6 a.m. Kayak on the water at about 6, and yeah, we're nearly at 9 now. So I think we may have had a hit or two, but other than that, we haven't landed any fish. It's definitely a nice day out though, so not complaining. We're almost at Success Hill. It's pretty much the next corner, so after this little bend, we'll be at Success Hill. I have actually had some success there. No pun intended. Had a few fish around that corner, and I have heard it's quite productive, so hopefully we can get our first fish of the day around there. Not too sure what the plan is other than that. I might continue around the corner and keep fishing, but I won't go too much further than Success Hill. I might go around the corner to a couple other snags I have gotten fish at before, and then pretty much start making our way back. Oh, that was definitely a hit right there. Could even see the fish that time. Okay, we're gonna circle back and go for that fish again, or at least go for that spot. Oh man, I thought we were on there. I could see that fish come all the way to the, pretty much all the way to the surface. My lure was just about to come out of the water and I grabbed it, hit the lure, but unfortunately didn't hook up. So we hooked up just to my right, but I reckon we just paddle a bit further up and then we can drift back over that spot. Tempted to put the anchor down and just hug this area, right? Like, we'll see if we keep getting hits and stuff here, then yeah, we might drop the anchor and just kind of hang around here for a bit. Another nice thing about flicking these banks is there's not really any snags. It's just mud pretty much. Yeah, I'm drifting at 1.2 knots now, which isn't too bad, but obviously can't hold a spot like that. I think we just check out a couple other spots and then maybe come back. That's much better. Half a knot drift instead of like over a knot. Yeah. Half a knot drift speed's so nice, man. Like, you can actually work a lure, you can work the bank, you don't miss so much ground. Whereas when I'm getting pushed along at over a knot, you miss so much of the bank. You just don't get good coverage at all. That's where I really want to be fishing, is there's a little drain mouth right there. I think it's actually a creek, to be honest, but goes to like some wetlands down that way. Last time I was in here, I caught a fish just ahead at the mouth of that creek or drain, and it was in the rain. It was actually a really interesting little hookup. I threw the lure into the mouth, I was winding it back, I felt like I got a hit. I checked the lure and I had a scale. The jig head had punctured a scale and it was still on the jig head. So I pulled the scale off, I threw back into the same location and managed to pull a fish out. I just pulled up to get my snag out, and then I realized this is actually a pretty nice little bank. And actually, when I tried to jump out of the kayak, when I was pointed straight out to the river and I put my leg out, I couldn't touch the bottom, and then that's when I realized there's actually quite a good drop off here. And I do need to charge some batteries, so I'm going to charge some batteries here, and I think I'm just going to have a few flicks and see how we go. Just saw something chasing something around just out here. Pretty sure I caught it on the camera. All right, we've jumped back on the kayak and we're going to start heading back to our starting point. Hopefully we can get a fish on the way back, but it has been pretty dead, so not expecting anything. First time using the anchor, and it's actually pretty good, provided this is probably like a muddy bottom, but it's good to get some practice in before I go ocean. That's going to be a lot different, a lot deeper. This would have only been a couple meters, I reckon, but yeah, very handy for holding a spot without getting blown around. I can work this area where we had the hit right at the kayak earlier today. Kind of the best action we've had, so try to pepper a few casts into this spot. Yes! Oh! Man, I thought we were on just then. Pulled a good bit of drag too. Alright, last chance at this spot to get a bream. I've had 2 hits, but no luck. Alright. They all seem to be right on this corner. Or maybe I'm just hooking up on the same one. I've pulled up the anchor, we'll go upstream a bit. We might drop it again, but we'll see. Oh. That's gotta have been a hit, man. Oh yes, finally we got one. Ooh, little bream. Oh man, I thought we weren't going to catch a fish today. That took so long. He's a pretty good size, and he's a pretty clean looking fish. I might keep him for a meal. See how big he is. Yeah, but he's about 28, so he's a pretty good eating size, honestly. So yeah, I reckon we'll keep this one. We released the last one from the last trip. Whoa, he nearly released himself there actually. There he is. I actually didn't think I was going to get a fish at all this trip, but it worked out well. We marked these spots where we had hits earlier in the day. We're going back over them, heading back to end the day, and we managed to get a fish out of it. It's been a long time since I think I've only ever had one bream out of this system. Majority of them I do throw back because it is quite a pressured system. But yeah, we'll probably just bake him with the bream because they're not that big of a fish. I normally don't bother filleting them, I just bake them whole with some stuff inside. Alright, it's 2:30, so we've been on the water for 8.5 hours today. Only one bream to show for it, but still very appreciative to at least get the one fish. New stretch of river for us. We have done Success Hill before, but the rest of it's been new. Marked a few good spots that I'll definitely be returning to in future. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, give the video a like, and if you're not yet subscribed, feel free to. Have this type of content on the channel: kayak fishing, a bit of land-based fishing. I try to mix it up a bit, and I do like a bit of a challenge, so if that type of stuff interests you, be sure to give us a sub, and I'll catch you in the next video.